Hello, welcome to another After Effects tutorial. As you know, Nero Studio here. Let me see what we're gonna be creating today. Let me play and see. Well, this is what we're gonna be creating today after I uploaded this video. Like a year and a half ago, I uploaded this video. You know, this video, let me play a little bit. And also I create this tutorial, you know, thanks to you. I have a lot of views, comments, likes, and also a lot of requesting how to create that, you know, reacting to the audio, the image reacting to the audio. That's what I came out with this idea. You know, I want to reveal how I did create that. And also I uploaded this, you know, a couple months ago, this tutorial, how to create audio spectrum. So I really recommend to check this tutorial first in order to create this, the waves that we have in the background and also around this range, you see. And also I have another news that you can download this After Effects template. So let me, I should put full screen and play and see. Okay, so you know, just read the description. You know how to download this as a After Effects template. It's compatible with CSX 2014 and 2015. So let me close this and go back to my After Effects. We're gonna start playing. So I'm gonna just maybe delete this. And let me see, actually I have my folder for my tutorial, and I'm gonna just go composition, you know, command and the shortcut, and I'm gonna just say 960. This is for the audio bars. So let me see, 960 540. We're gonna go frame rate 24 and 30 seconds long, and hit OK. Actually you're gonna, you know, gonna call audio bars and hit OK. Once we have this, I need to, let me just pull this up. And I need to pull my sound, you know, I'm gonna use this and just pull in my timeline, make sure selected. If we go audio, let me just pump up the volume up, you know, all the way up. And then make sure selected. And in order to have this nice animation, we need to right click and go keyframe assist and convert audio to keyframes. And you see we got this audio amplitude. So if we just delete the audio, you can delete or just keep it. And if we throw this down, we got effects, and you see we got the keyframes added by adding this audio amplitude. Let me just scroll down this left channel, and we got right channel, and we got both channels, of course, and you see the keyframes. So in order to create that nice animation, you know, reacting for, you know, for the image, actually it's an alpha. So what we're gonna do is create this nice animation, you know. As I say, I decided to reveal how I did create that. And in order to still that, create that, is make sure, let me just go and create, if we go layer, new, null object, and we're gonna call this or rename this left controller. And we're gonna also, we need to add you know, this nice effect called slide control. So let me just drag and drop, and once we have this, we need to duplicate this 2 more times. So hold it on command, or you can go edit and duplicate, you know, and you can duplicate. So I'm gonna just use the shortcut as command D, and we're gonna call this right controller, and I'm gonna call this both controller. You know, to rename, you need to hit the enter key on the keyboard. That's the way to rename any layer in the timeline. Once we have this, you know, let me just select the left channel. If we see the effect control panel, you see this clock icon. If we hit just the option, you know, we need to pattern this with the left channel. So let me just pick whip this to the left channel, so make sure it's on the left channel slider, and let me click out, and you will have pattern this. You know, let me close this, and let me also select the right controller. Make sure, you know, holding on option and the effect control panel, just click, and you know, you will have this able to pick whip this to the right channel as well. And let me go out, and let me do the same with the both channel. Let me go in my effect control, holding down option, click, and we're gonna pattern this with the both channel, of course. So once we have this, we need to, let me close, actually close this, and then we need to create our bar. So the way to create a bar is right click and new solid, or you can go layer new solid, or the shortcut is command Y, that's the shortcut. So I'm gonna call this, maybe, no, I'm not gonna name right now, it's up to you, you know, the width. So I'm gonna put 50 pixels by the size that we have is 540, and let me just hit OK. And also we need to align to the left, so let me just align. And then we need to put the anchor point down in the bottom at the left, you know, and make sure, pick the anchor point tool or the shortcuts Y. So let me just drag down, make sure, let me just zoom in and see. I just want to make sure it's all the way in the bottom at the corner, you know, and I think that's it. And then we need to rename this maybe left bar. Once we have this, we need to duplicate 2 more times, as I said, is command D, and we're gonna call this right bar, and we're gonna call this both bar. All right, so once we have this, and we need to maybe 12 this down, and the right controller and both controller, and let me just pull this up a little bit. Before to continue, we need to separate the bars. So let me just you know, select both and hold on shift with the right arrow. So just move to the right, you know, and maybe right there, and also the both channel. So let me just move the same, I guess, you know. So no, you know, it's up to you, and here you can customize. Maybe right there. Now let me just fit and camp and see how we have. Cool. Let me pick the move tool or the small business shortcut, and let me take this solid action safe and see much better. You see there we have. So once we have this, we need to make sure select the left bar and hit the S as kill, and hold it on the option. We need to hit the you know, click, and we got the option to write a code. And here we need to just play with the Y position, and we're gonna just keep the X. So as you see, we got a couple values in here. We got X 100, and also the Y, we got 100. So we're gonna just type X equal 100, because we don't want the X position be affected. So we need just the Y. So hit enter, and we're gonna say Y equal, and we're gonna just you know, pattern this to the left controller. So let me just go down to the left controller, as you see. And also before we go out, we need to add another, maybe close with semicolon, and add another line. So I'm going to say open brackets and add X comma Y and close bracket and semicolon. And if we just click out, and then we have our animations. If you see, we got the first animation, of course, the left controllers given this nice animation. And the same thing, we need to go and close this maybe, and go the second or right bar, and just hit the S and holding down option, and just click, and we're gonna say X equal 100, the same values, and just semicolon, then Y equal, and just pattern this to the right controller, of course. So where's the right controller? And let me just add a semicolon, just hit enter, and we're gonna open bracket and then say X comma Y, close bracket and the semicolon. And then if we just click out, and we got the second animated, you see, and that's the way we create that nice image reactor to the audio. And the same thing with the both channel or both bar. So I'm just hit S and holding down option, hit, and I'm gonna just say X equal 100, semicolon, enter, and Y, we just need to play with the Y position. So then say equal, and then just pattern this to the both controller, of course. So where we have our both controller up here, and then just add a semicolon, then hit enter, and let's say open brackets x comma y, and we're gonna close brackets and semicolon. If we close all of them, if we see, actually let me close this, and if we play, and then we have our animation. Nice, that's what we're looking for. Let me just stop it, and what we're gonna do now is just select both right and left channel, bars, and we're gonna duplicate holding down Command D, or as I say, you can go edit and duplicate, and hold it down shift, we're gonna just drag, see, make sure this all those three are selected, and holding down and just drag. So you can play around, so one more time, duplicate and hold it down shift, drag, just align a little bit with the arrow key, and once again duplicate, hold it down shift. I haven't duplicated it, so let me just put that back in, and hold it on Command D to duplicate, hold it on shift, just drag. We're gonna fill it up this composition, so let me duplicate one more time, hold it on shift, drag. Same thing, we're gonna duplicate one more time, and we're gonna just hold it on shift, as I said, and drag. And you can play around, you see, and I think we got all of the same space. If we just let me just hit the tilde key and have this, and I'm gonna select all the bars, just the bars, select and hold it on shift and select all of them, and we need to align maybe this to have in the center. Good. And I think we got our, so you can, and here let me just add lock, so we don't affect this, and then we need to play and see what we have. Let me actually put this in a half because it's taking too much RAM, and see, there we have, let me play once again, and I think that's what we're looking for, but I think I don't really like, so you can play as you see we got. Let me just go and find out the highest frequency, actually maybe right there, and we can just start playing, because sometimes you see all of them are the same height or the same level. So the way to play around is, let me unlock this and pick the mask tool, rectangle tool, and we can just play around, maybe this, and then put the mask, subtract, and there we have, and maybe this one as well, let me just unlock it, and the same thing, and just maybe drag this piece and subtract again, and we can play all of them. So let me just pause the video and play. Actually, let me do one more so you can have an idea what I'm talking about. Let me just select this and make sure to have the same mask, and just drag, and then say subtract, and you will have a little bit different height of the bars. And so you can just play around. Let me see, actually, this one as well. So let me just go down, maybe here, go to mask, subtract, and you will have. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna play all around those, and I'll be back after I finish, playing with the masks. All right, I'm back. As you see, we got all of them different levels. So that's the way, you can play around if you have all of them. It will depend on how your frequency audio is, and in case you can just customize the way I did, just adding the mask. So let me play and see, and I think I like much better. And once we have this, I guess we need to, let me close this and go to my folder, and I'm gonna create another composition, hold down Command N or just go composition, new composition, and I'm gonna call this holder 1, and make sure the same size, 960 540, the same duration, frame rate 24, and hit OK. And then we need to just drag and drop the audio bar. So let me just drag and drop and see if we play. We got this nice. And also we need to create a new composition, right click new composition, or the command N is the shortcut, and then we call this image 1. And the same size, let me see, let me hit OK. And we need to pull the image. So I already have, you can choose any image you like, and actually, let me see, maybe, let me put this, actually, let me see actually what I have. Let me put this image and see. So let me just drag and drop, hit the S to scale the image. You can play also, you can add a video, so let me just for this tutorial, so let me just add this image and see how we can create that nice animation, the image reacting to the audio. Once we have this, so let me go and close this and go back to my image holder. If we just drag the image 01, actually, let me actually put this in the same folder. So let me close the sound folder. And once we have this, so let me make sure it's down the bottom. And if you don't have the options over here, so we're gonna put this in the alpha. So just hit where it says none and put the alpha mat, as we call this audio bar. So let me just alpha mat to the audio bars, and there we have our image inside the waves or audio frequency, And the second step is, I guess, we already have this, so you can just duplicate the image and also the holder and have a different folder. So for this tutorial, I already just duplicate this. I already have this background and the audio waves, so let me just play a little bit and see. You see, so make sure to check out the tutorial how to create the audio spectrum, so you will know how to create the you see all of the bars actually, just put it back, and you see all this around, and also the text rotating. And the same way, so if you check that video, you will be able to create this rings rotating, and also the text that you saw in the After Effects template actually. So that's the way. And once we have this, so that's what I'm not gonna spend the time explaining to you and creating this audio waves, because you have that tutorial. It takes a little bit, so that's what I already have this pre-made for this tutorial. So let me just drag the holder 1 actually, and before to drag this, let me duplicate this, command D to duplicate, and let me just say this maybe reflection 1. And okay, so we got a image 1 and we got reflection 1, so this is the same image, And the next step is just drag first the holder. So let me just drag the holder. So I'm just drag and drop, make sure, just play. And, so let me have this, and also I might need to add a 3D. And then we need to maybe scale down a little bit because it's too big. So let me go 63. It's up to you, you can play around, and let me just drag and drop a little bit down. So we don't want to hit the floor, so let me maybe right there. And then we need to drag also the actually, you know what, the reflection, I guess. Let me see what I have in here. Yes, we good with this. So let me go to my main tool and let me drag the reflection the same. So let me just down below the holder 1, and also we need to hit the S to scale down, 63, the same that we scaled the holder 1. And also we need to add a 3D. And once we have this, we need to right click and go transform and flip vertical. And also we need to pull the Y position down, holding on shift and just drag actually. You know what? I think a little bit more. Maybe I think the holder is too. So let me just pull up a little bit. Maybe actually right there. And if we just play the reflection, actually the same thing, just a little bit more down. I think it's right there. Maybe actually, it's just move to the left because it's maybe. Let me see. And then once we have this, so this is the reflection. So we need to add in here is just look for the linear wipe, So you see you got transition. So let me just drag and drop in my reflection. And also we need to maybe say 0. And we need to go transition completion and just go all the way. Actually, you know what? So I think we need to, 19 was the right. So let me just further this all the way to 100 and see. And maybe a little bit more we need to play with this. So, I think what's wrong in here? I guess we need to go maybe 180, I guess. Yeah, 180. I'm a little, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Well, anyway, so let me just go all the way up to and see. And maybe you see, so, and also we might need to down the passage, so just hit the T as a tone and maybe go 30% and see if we just maybe play and see what we have. So you can make a couple adjustments and just make sure select both of them and just drag a little bit up, and maybe the Z position bring a little bit to the front, so you can play around, and maybe right there, and move a little bit more up and see. So the important thing is to see the reflection. So let me just play with the Z position, maybe a little bit more to the front. Okay, and I think that's what we're looking for. So let me just play and see what we have actually. Just play and see. There we Okay, so that's the way we create that image reacting to the audio. So make sure to check out my tutorial. As I say, I'm not gonna create these waves around or on the backside, and also the background. In all my videos, creating the same color. Just duplicate the background and then just rotate this, and let me just go to the floor, and you see I just rotated, picking up the rotation tool, or the W is the shortcut, and just rotate the X. That's the way, and I'm just pulling down, and that's the way I create the floor and also the rings. So make sure to check out how to create the audio spectrum, so you will know how to create the rings, and also how to rotate or add the animation rotating. So make sure to check out that tutorial. And also for the people who are buying my products, I just changed the way, and just want to make sure it's more safe and secure for you. So as soon as you make the payment with PayPal, so after you get the invoice number, so you have to come back, to purchase, you have to create an account. So make sure, don't forget the password and the username. So anything happen with after you pay with the PayPal, so you have to come back to my account, and you will have all the history that you have in my account. And so you will have the if you cancel, if you complete it, whatever, and then just click the view, and it will take to the download link. So it's much easier to download and have all in order. So make sure to keep that, and if you have any problem, just make sure to contact us by contact page or use our Facebook page. Messenger is much easier and fast to get help. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Hope you guys like it. As I say, you can go ahead and create and just duplicate in the holder and also the reflection, so you can create more holders, image holders of course, and just add in here, and create the same template that I create and is ready to download. So make sure to read the description and see how you can get the template. Thanks so much. Hope you guys like it. Please leave a comment, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and see you next week for another tutorial. Thanks so much. I appreciate for your visiting.